Hi friends, welcome to today's video. Thank you for joining me. Today we're gonna do a requested look. I posted a video, a 2-in-1, using the new Glitzshow eyeshadow sticks from e.l.f. and the new As Fleck shade range extension. They came out with 4 new shades of the As Fleck and they launched several shades of the Glitzshow sticks. And in that video, I shared with you a tutorial and I had a request from a lovely subscriber to pair 2 shades of those colors in a look. So that's what I'm doing today, and I really do hope that you enjoy the look. We're gonna go back in time. I'm gonna walk you through everything step by step, so let's get started. Before we get into the tutorial for the eye look that was requested, let me talk you through what I have already done off camera. For brows, I did the ABH Micro Stroke Brow Pen. I love that product. It's a new launch for the brand. I have it in the shade medium brown. And of course, I used my Maybelline Super Lock Brow Glue to back comb the brows and lay them down, that laminating technique. And then for foundation, I went in with the Maybelline Skin Tint. This is the 24-hour skin tint from the Super Stay line in the shade 118. I did 1 dropper full and applied that with a brush, and I forgot how good that product is. And it gave me quite the coverage. For my concealer, I did a mixture of the Magic Touch Concealer from ABH in shade 3 and the Estee Lauder Double Wear Concealer in the shade 1N. Then I did set the under eye area with the new Dibs pressed powder. I took the blurring side with a powder puff and then went over it with the L'Oreal Blurfection in the light pink shade right over the top. And I did use some of that Dibs powder through the T-zone to set that. This is my bronzer for today. It's the Haus Labs bronzer. They reformulated the bronzer, so it's the shade Bronze Umber, which is described as a light tone. Took that on a big fluffy brush and applied that all over. And then for my lips to prep them, I have the Sacheu Lip Elixir. This is such a great product to prep the lips. It's the milky pink shade that is absolutely perfect with a lip liner. Just a side note, if you want to purchase anything from Sacheu Beauty, I will link to their website down below. The code Glamour by Lexi15 is going to save you 15% off the entire site. So anything that you want to purchase, if you check it out, I definitely recommend that you pick up the lip glaze. This is such a good product. It's a 3-in-1, so it is going to give you high shine, comfort, and it's just the prettiest product to put on. I will use this a little bit later on with a lip liner. And then we'll finish the rest of the face with blush and highlight and all that jazz towards the end of the video. So now let's go ahead and start prepping the eyes for the tutorial. This is going to be my eye prep. This is the Makeup by Mario cream shadow in the shade called Sandstone. And I will do a swatch. I use this every single day to prep my eyelids. It is a nice matte formula that is long wear. It does not crease. It prevents creasing. So I use this to cancel out any discoloration on my lids and also prep them for any eyeshadow. I'm going to take the remainder of any powder that's left on my powder puff that I used earlier and I'm going to press right over that just to help a little bit better with blending. Since I just applied a cream and going over with powder, sometimes it can sort of grab the powder in certain areas and look a little patchy. That really isn't an issue for me with these in particular, but I do want to ensure that my blend is going to be as seamless and as clean as possible. I am going to be using a bronzer to warm up the crease a little bit since we're going to be using some of the new e.l.f. products. These have a lot of color, especially the purple that we're going to be using on the lids, so I kind of wanted to create a little bit of a shadow in the crease, and I think for that I might just go in with the actual bronzer that I use on my face. This is the A503, just dipping right into the pan here, tapping off any excess, and I'm just gonna lightly dust a little bit of this right in through my natural crease. Just give me a little bit of a tint. You can add as much or as little as you like. See the difference? Just gives a little bit more of a shadow, just a little bit more structure to the eye versus this eye that looks just more flat and doesn't have as much dimension. And it's the easiest thing to do. If you're using bronzer already to apply any sort of color to your face, you might as well just use that same bronzer through your crease with a fluffy crease brush. Same brush, same bronzer, and I'm going to sweep that underneath the eye for a little hint of color. Again, doing the same thing that I did on the upper crease. And now for the star of the show, this is the new Glitzshow shadow stick from e.l.f. I did a whole video swatching the entire range. This is in the shade called Lavish Affair. And as I said at the start of the video, it was requested for me to do a look using this purple and one of the As Fleck shadows. So I wanted to show you this purple shade. It kind of has like a subtle kind of icy blue sparkle and shift to it. So it makes it look kind of like a lavender purple, like a bluish purple. Do you see that? How pretty. These are so soft, so creamy, so metallic. Check out the video. I'm gonna link to the colors down below. Check out the video as well, because these are absolutely incredible. I have a couple that I have enjoyed so much, and this color just is exactly what I need today. It's dark and gloomy outside. It's an ugly rainy day. This is gonna bring a little bit more of that positive vibes that I'm needing, because I really don't wanna do anything but put my pajamas back on. And this is going to definitely lift my spirits today, this beautiful purple shade. I'm gonna go right onto my lids with this. Oh, that is stunning. So I'm gonna use my fingers and just quickly blend this out. Once these set, they do not move. So work one eye at a time and build it to where you want it to be. You see how pretty that is? Yeah, that's exactly what I needed today. Based off of that comment that was left using the purple Glitzshow in Lavish Affair, it said light taupe fine as Fleck. And since that comment was left on the new extended range of the fine as Fleck and the review of these, I combined both of them together. I think she was meaning the color called So Metal. That's the only one that looks slightly kind of taupey gray from that new range of colors that I talked about. So I think that's what I'm gonna use in the innermost corner. And I really hope that this is the shade that she was referencing. I'm gonna use a Morphe M302 brush. This brush is actually described as an eye packer brush, and it's quite small. I'm gonna use this for the innermost corner because that's what she requested. So it's the taupey fine as Fleck in the inner eye. So that's what we're doing. Tap off my excess, and let's see how this looks with a brush. I may have to switch and use my finger, but let's go ahead and apply that to that empty bare space. So it definitely adds quite the pop. Do you see that innermost corner? It just has this sort of grab your attention kind of moment. And then we're gonna continue blending and fading that into the purple. I may need to layer the purple a little bit more. Do you see that? How pretty. So there's that innermost corner. It's quite intense and bold, and I like it. It's really, really nice. So let's go ahead and add a little bit more of the Lavish Affair. Let's build this up just a bit more. And I think maybe in the future, this could be a nice topper over a purple base so that it really amplifies that purple tone. And maybe that's what I should have done. But you know, you live and learn. You try it out and you see how it works. And we're just gonna kind of tap and build. And why not take some of that fine as Fleck and bring it into the inner corner, but on the lower part of the eye? I'm gonna switch to a 210 brush from BK Beauty. I think it's the perfect size and shape to get right in that innermost corner. I'm gonna pick up some of that color, a little less than I did for the top part of my eye. And then we're just gonna do a little pop right in here so that it connects from this upper area down lower. So I like that little pop of color using the 210 brush. I feel like it kind of ties in this innermost corner and kind of brings that down to kind of bring a more cohesive look to the eye. Now I do feel like I want to put a little bit more of something under the lower lashes because I didn't put that much bronzer, and I think it's looking just slightly kind of bare, and I think I need to pull this together with a little bit more color. So I'm going to switch to a 207 brush from BK Beauty, back into that bronzer, and we're going to add just a little bit more. And we're gonna layer this just to get it where we can get a little bit of depth and more impact on the lower lashes. Off camera, all I did was tight line with a gel liner. This is the Kosas Soul Gazer gel liner in the shade called Allure. It's a really dark, rich brown. I tight lined really heavily so that it fills in all the gaps between the lashes. And then we're gonna use this new mascara from L'Oreal because this is absolutely incredible. It is now available at Ulta. The Extentionist mascara is wow, absolute wow. I did a video already on this. This was an exclusive to TikTok only, but now it's going to retail stores. You can order it online. It's linked for you down below. When you see the before and afters, you are going to have your jaw fall to the ground. That is the brush again, a very thin, slight curve, not super curvy, not just weird shaped. It's just a little bit of a bend to fit perfectly against the eye. And I love how this just gives me such length, volume, separation, gives me thick lashes, really dark lashes. I'm using the blackest black option. It is just incredible. And of course, it's great because L'Oreal products are amazing. It's my favorite drugstore brand. And I'm going to just continue building this, and I'm going to show you how wonderful this mascara is. That is one generous coat of this mascara. I'm going to let this dry a little bit, and then I'm going to build it up with the second coat. But you can see we have nothing on the lashes here. And wow, right? I told you this was great, and you're going to want to try it. You need to get it before it sells out because it will. While the mascara dries, let's finish the rest of the face together. I do need to add a little bit of blush. We're gonna go in with the Revolution Bouncy Blush. This is in the shade Blurry Rose. I have loved this formula. This is probably one of my most favorite products that this brand has ever created. This is just incredibly beautiful, soft, smooth. Look at the color. It is so blurring. It's like velvet on the skin. It gives you just the prettiest, most subtle sheen to the skin where it looks like skin, becomes one with your foundation, your powders, anything that you have already on your face. This is absolutely stunning. And this is the most perfect everyday shade. I'm obsessed with this formula. They have so many colors to choose from. I kind of want to buy them all. It just blends in with ease, and it's just so beautiful. You don't really see where it starts and stops. Like I told you, it melts into the skin, and this is exactly what every cream blush should be like. It should just go right into your skin and just look so beautiful, effortless, easy. I'm obsessed. Now we're gonna go back into that lip glaze, but I'm going to use a lip liner. I'm gonna pair it with one of my absolute favorites. Mine is actually getting quite small. This is the lip liners from Maybelline. This is the Line Leader. It's part of the Lifter Liner line that launched last year. I'm obsessed. So I'm gonna kind of pat off a little bit of my lip balm, and then we're gonna go in with this first. And look at the difference just using a lip liner that is close to your natural lip color. You can overline and change the entire shape of your lip, and no one's gonna know. No one's gonna know that this is not my natural lip shape. Look at the difference. Here, and just that subtle technique and tip right there changes the entire look of your face. This side of my lip looks like it's a little bit more kind of drooped down. Does it not? It really does. This looks more lifted, more full, like I just had lip injections, and I didn't. It's the lip liner. You need to get yourself one that matches your lip. If you take anything from this video, do that, and you will be so shocked at what you can do and how you can change your lips, the look of your face. That, my friends, is the beauty of makeup. And now we're gonna go in with the Lip Elixir in the shade called Bunny Tongue. The applicator is a nice pointed applicator with a little divot in the center where it actually holds product, so you don't need to re-dip. So I'm gonna use one side for my bottom lip. I'm gonna flip it over and use that other side for my top lip. And you're gonna have the fullest, juiciest, prettiest lips of all time. And we're done. How did I do? What do you think about this look? And that, my friends, completes this entire look. I hope that you enjoyed it. For the subscriber that left me the request, I really do hope that this turned out how you envisioned. I actually really do like these two combinations together. And I'm not sure if I actually would have thought about pairing those two together had it not been for your comments. So thank you for that. I hope anybody watching will enjoy this look. If you try it out, come back and let me know your thoughts and how it turned out. Everything is going to be listed and linked for you down below. It's easy, it's affordable, and it's giving kind of festive vibes, is it not? Thanks so much for being here and spending some of your day. Take care, and I will see you in my next video. Bye-bye.